pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we ask you to be with us tonight to give the best decisions we can for the city, Lord. And be with us to make decisions the right way and have peace among each other. Amen.
Amen.
Do we have any visitors? I didn't get a sheet.
Well, y'all have an agenda line item, and you have an agenda line item as well. They have,
Question and possible action.
Yeah, is there anything that I maybe didn't see, anything unusual?
I don't, bottom of it, like page 4, you'll see that the general's 34 and the water's 80. And the reason the water is so much, if you look on page 3, down at the bottom, you have 29,394.93 for residential garbage and 37,333 for commercial garbage. So it's more because you have your 2 garbage bills on there. But most of them is just standard, unless y'all have questions.
We had say we had that's a double month on there.
No, it's just the water.
Make a motion that we approve the expenditures for November 25. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 5. Discussion and possible action on approving the minutes of October 2025 for the meeting.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, city managers report.
Hey, I just wanted to give y'all an update on a new grant that we're fixing to make application for in the next meeting. And it can be used for flood control, drainage improvements, rehabilitation of stormwater management systems, restoration of public infrastructure such as water and sewer facilities, public facilities, demolition and rehab of public and privately owned commercial industrial buildings, and code enforcement. So I thought that would be good for the water.
Yes, we would.
So it'll be on the next agenda for us to procure for engineering and grant administration for it.
Cross your fingers on there.
And that's totally separate from the one we already got out there, CDBG funds. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, the public directors report.
Y'all had some discussion last time about the Badger, about the fees and using the endpoint. Nobody else can use that endpoint besides Badger. It's a set fee. And it's going back to the original price they gave us 3 or 4 years ago to 89 cents. And why they want a contract is even though the contract is we're able to get out of the contract, like the city attorney said, just to give us a set contract for them, so we're not going to change the endpoints out. We're going to use our endpoints the whole time. We went to go change all the endpoints out, you're looking at $3,500, 3,500 endpoints to change out, and they're about $150 a piece. So
That's for gas, yeah.
what was it, beers?
Water.
Oh, yeah, you read it,
Yeah.
right? And also do the, billing at the same time instead of paying 2 different entities?
I did, but they also told me they couldn't give us a refund on what we just bought.
That's fine,
We
but
just
going
bought all the
forward, yeah.
equipment for,
But you checked with them, they said that they do
yes, that is
offer those
something you could do.
services. Now, those services combined, are they cheaper than what we're paying separately?
What's the term of this agreement to not change out there anymore?
What happened?
What's the term of this agreement? How long?
2 years?
So if they want, if they're gonna investigate, they can investigate, and change it in 2 years.
Yeah. And like Solomon said before, there was an exit.
Yeah, it was,
There's an exit plan in it if you change over sooner than that.
Oh, there is?
I think it is.
Did you look over the contract on them?
Yeah, we approved it last meeting.
Yeah, and I think Solomon told y'all had a what, 60 day, 90 days?
Yeah.
You could get out of it if you chose to.
Public Works Director report. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I got it marked though.
But y'all had requested in the last meeting for us to look into why we just went with that company, and that was why Roger brought that back up again, is to explain it to y'all why we stayed with that company.
So there's no further action really for us to take?
No, no action at all.
Next.
Consent agendas.
How much, hold on, how much warranty do we have on those batteries?
With warranty,
That's 20 years warranty on the meter.
We need to make sure because those other deals they put out there with that water crap, I mean, we didn't get nothing. I mean, we got, the citizens got messed over. So we need to make sure if it's gonna be there, we need something to back us up. Because we had nothing to back us up the last time.
Something like that.
Okay, you ready?
Oh,
Okay. Okay. We're ready for the consent agenda items. And does anybody have any? Okay, as consent agenda items are items that we've already voted to do, but we haven't voted to pay for them yet. And, so normally when you do them, people expect us to pay for them.
Sure.
All right. Item 1, discussion and possible action on approving invoice number 10896 from Gary Traylor and Associates in the amount of $725 for grant administrative services rendered for the 2023 TXCDBG Sewer Improvement Project at Pine Shadows. Item 2, discussion and possible action on approving invoice number 10940 from Gary Traylor and Associates in the amount of $725 for grant administrative services rendered for the 2023 TXCDBG Sewer Improvement Project, Pine Shadows. Item 3, discussion and possible action on approving invoice number 10974 from Gary Traylor and Associates in the amount of $725 for the grant administrative services rendered for 2023 TXCDBG Sewer Improvement Project, Pine Shadows. Item 4, discussion and possible action on approving invoice number 194 from Moore Technology Services in the amount of $552.50 for router and switch installation for library infrastructure facility improvement grant. Item 5, discussion and possible action on approving invoice number 185 from Moore Technology Services in the amount of $1,777 for network equipment upgrade parts for library infrastructure facility improvement grant.
Make a motion that we,
Facility improvement grant.
make a motion that we approve items 1 through 5.
I second that motion.
We're open for discussion now.
What is grant or grant administrative services specifically?
It's where you have already hired that grant consultant, and as they do drawdowns for you and they do all the environmental reports, they monthly invoice you for their services and.
I like to see.
Already.
I like to see.
But
I like to see.
already.
I like to see a line, item from the line, item from them of what administrative services are rendered in the future. I'm not going to stop it from being passed, but I
But
feel
they-
like that.
I may not understand the complete process.
If you look at their invoices that are in there, it describes actually on all the invoices what they did.
But they write the grant, they submit the grant.
No, they don't.
that all right?
They don't write on, they're not grant writers for us, they're a grant administrator. What they do is they just do your drawdowns and stuff. They submit all your drawdowns and do all your paperwork to the state. but they don't actually go find them and write them for you. They just
Okay.
submit all your environmental reports and make all your drawdowns for you.
If there's no further discussion on it, we'll go ahead and vote. All in favor? Opposed? Ayes carried. Items to be considered. Discussion and possible action on resolution number 25-31, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Silsbee, Texas, approving the execution of an agreement for an easement for an electric distribution line and designating a city official to execute said agreement and directing that designee to execute said agreement. City manager, can you kind of explain to us where that's at, what your
This is-
recommendation is?
For the alley between 3rd and 4th for Elroy's, and I also have Kyle with McKinney's Construction here to talk about that tonight, if y'all have any questions from him about it. But Energy needs it to be able to set the pole for them to be able to get started. So it's kind of slowed them down on their work a little bit, having to wait for the easement.
I'm not paying that.
Yeah, they actually have this property unless you give them the okay or permission to set it there.
Okay, now we went over this, we whooped this dead horse before. But that other guy trying to get this power line crossed there and nobody took ownership.
That one was a little bit
That was
different. You're
across
talking about
Library.
Library
Across the
Street.
street, across the
Yeah.
street. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a different
He
area.
was asking us to do across the street on the.
Okay.
There wasn't a business there before, they don't have it.
I think there's one pole already, isn't it, Kyle? And there's one pole already, and then you needed the second pole because it was too far to go.
Isn't it true, Kyle, that this easement we're talking about is in between two pieces of property that Worthy already owns?
No, this easement will be between the
It's a city
Worthy
out.
property and the feed store property,
Okay,
3rd Street side.
Yeah, it's our property,
but it's the city's property.
and that's why
Everything there is
Energy needs our
The
permission.
city has a 20-foot easement between Worthy property and the feed store, and currently there's a water line, a sewer line, and a storm drain line in that easement. We're gonna add a utility pole.
Okay.
That will clear the line that runs north to south between 3rd and 4th Street. It's currently serving Heinz Theater, feed store, and Friends. It's gonna be rerouted, so it can give.
Gonna be rerouted to come in from third.
That was part of the deal when we came before the EDC, they go rerouting the water line and the sewer line, we worked with the city.
Okay,
I make a motion that we approve item 1 to give them an easement for the utility.
do we have a motion and a second? Which one of you two guys want the second? Okay, Paul, okay. Is there any other discussion on it? I was kind of impressed when we kind of agreed to that whenever we started the project. Item 2, discussion and possible action request from Silsbee Chamber of Commerce for $1,000 for ice skating in the Pines event, which will be held on December 6th, 2025 at the Rudicell Pavilion. And the city manager,
It
can you tell us
was
about
on
that?
the agenda, last time, and council had some questions, and they asked me to ask the chambers to come to answer questions, and, she's here tonight to answer questions that you may have.
Whoa.
I've got to recuse myself from it because I'm on the board now, so.
Okay. All right.
Terms at the meeting last month addressed about it just being a piece of plastic with chemicals sprayed on it. And I just wanted to assure you that while that is true, it is a piece of plastic. We don't get ice in Southeast Texas much. It gives the kids and the families a great opportunity. Most of our families are never going to have the opportunity to do something like that. And it gives them the opportunity to experience the feeling of ice skating. With our sponsorships and with partnership with the city, we have the opportunity to keep our prices extremely low so that just about any family in town can take advantage of it. As a chamber, we try to be very conscientious decision where we are spending money based on is it going to benefit our businesses. And we feel like having this ice skating rink not only builds our families, it gives them an opportunity for a fun, overall positive experience for the entire community. So I very much appreciate you considering the donation. We really appreciate it. And again, I apologize I wasn't here last month. If anybody has any more questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Have you ever been ice skating?
Yes,
I have as well. And I feel like this could really, be something that drives up maybe traffic at the urgent care too. I fall down a lot on my ice. So, no, I think it's a fantastic thing. I've got little kids and I like to see them fall down because they jump right back up.
they bounce a whole lot better than I do.
That's the same here.
Before I ask the city for money, I don't, I like them to be present when they're asking for it.
Well, and I apologize.
No, but no disrespect or anything at all. I just, figured we could push it back so you had the opportunity to tell that. Thank you.
I heard you say something a while ago about partnership.
Well, we're asking for a donation from the city. And we feel like we have an opportunity with the city through your donation. The city council, the city of Silsbee partners with the chamber to bring this to our community.
What's the overall cost on bringing that into town?
This is a new company we're using this year. I think it's 5,000 total. And I apologize that I don't have that exact number. Melissa had it all arranged before for that. And so it was already in the works and in place. A lot of our money was already collected.
You're correct.
I was thinking 5,000. We found a new company. The last time we did it, the company that we used was way off and they were really expensive. Quality, they provide all kinds of bells and whistles, bubble machine, and they provide music and I think even lights. It sounds like it's going to be a much better situation. So we're really excited about trying.
How are you guys advertising and pushing it?
We have it on social media. We have it on email blast. We've been sending out emails to businesses. All the sponsors receive some tickets that they can hand out to either employees or customers. Word of mouth, flyers around town.
Good.
Ms. Watson,
Yes.
I'm okay with the donation, but I want to make sure that the city, I'm worried about the liability part, Mr. Attorney, about a weak partnership and some kid get injured.
This isn't a partnership. We're giving them a donation.
Okay.
And they have liability insurance, and every skater signs a liability waiver.
I'm ready to make a motion.
Any other questions? No. Well, you're ready to make a motion? Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve.
A second.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on it? All in favor? Opposed?
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Kate.
Okay. Item 4, discussion on presentation from the property owner at 605 Highway 418 West on possible land usage.
We're skip 3.
I thought I wrote on the wrong one. Okay, I'm sorry for that. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Silsbee, Texas, accepting long leaf subdivision and accepting the dedication for public use. All of the roadways and easements shown on the map or plat executed and presented to the city on or about January 4, 2018, and specifically designate a long leaf street, a public street of the city of Silsbee. And city.
Is Mr. Brumley here? Well, he was supposed to. He got called and said he was gonna be here tonight.
Well,
What do we do? Tell him he was gonna be here for the question. Dedicate it to the city and turn it over to us. But Mr. Brumley didn't come. He said he would be here, but I guess he forgot.
His dedication was on the plat. I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to be here for this plat. If they want him here, but yeah, he signed the dedication on the plat, so.
Okay. So we can go ahead and proceed on with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he signed the agreement that we had for him too. He's done everything that that we've asked him to do.
And to put it on the record, we had lots of discussions about breakdowns and all that, and to my knowledge, you ain't had the first breakdown.
Myself and Roger went out week before last and checked everything out. It was awful. Everything was awful. It just had a lot of grease in it, but everything else was good.
So he's met the requirements that we put on.
Thomas, you have something you want to say?
Who's gonna make the motion?
I'm gonna make the motion to approve, resolution 25-32, to dedicate the Long Leaf subdivision.
I second.
Second, McCurry.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Anybody want to discuss anything about it?
All I was gonna ask is, because I knew you were heavily involved with it, if you did you check back up on it, or?
I've been keeping up with it through Roger, and I'm sure that went through Russell, but I've asked that question many times the last few months. And like I said, to my knowledge, it hasn't missed a beat.
Good.
We had one incident out there, but it turned out to be the contractor that's building the new houses, and they broke a line, and somebody went to turn the breaker off, and we went, oh man, but when we got involved with it, it was an outside incident.
And I'll make sure the maps get updated to reflect that it's now city-owned street instead of privately owned.
Okay.
What, did they ever put the lights up?
Yes, sir, he did.
They've been at that whole time.
What about the
They fixed the curbs.
fix the curb? Okay. Sound like they got everything done.
I think
Do what thing?
They did what they did.
Okay. We're gonna vote then. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? His motion carries. Item 4, I've been wanting to hear this one, that's where I want to jump down a little bit. Discussion, the old Silsbee Doctors Hospital, Rex and Kimberly, Raymeyer are here to tell us about it. Go ahead and come up to the front there.
Next one.
Yes.
I also brought some
Awesome.
updated ones.
Go ahead.
I don't think I have enough for everyone. I apologize. At the wrong number of people. I think we cleaned up some.
What, there was one of these? Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys want to do?
I do.
Okay. We got
Is that the
one.
same thing?
Is
Is that the same
one
thing?
using our patch?
Do we?
Yeah.
I just updated. them.
Did you? Oh, okay, because I sent it out in their package too.
I thought you said, but I a little bit on.
It's just-
I'll update a little bit.
It's the same thing, it's just got a little more stuff in it.
Okay.
We're in the Rex Raymeyer's, my husband. We own a cow calf operation in Shepherd, Texas. And I'm a CPA attorney out of Kingwood, Texas. And we purchased the Silsbee Hospital, and it's a qualified opportunity zone. If you don't know what that is, it's a property tax and property zone advantage for tax reasons. And so you can get a lot of tax, purchase the property. So one of the industries that we looked at, since we're in the cattle industry, is the beef processing plant industry. Issue for cow calf operations. So it's hurt our industry a lot. And in addition to that, with COVID, there was a significant drop in the number of packaging and processing plants across the United States. So,
For that on, I can present. Pulled up.
so by the four major players, and the fact that with COVID and the shutdown of a lot of plants, there's been limitations. So cow calf operators have been, what we want to present. There's no fear and there's a zone of opportunity.
Good bounce back.
You have to allow us, I think.
And this little computer slide that you guys are looking at.
Nope, that was not our presentation, so thank you for not bringing it up. Never mind, I'll just keep going. Can you close that, please? Okay, so if you're on the page with me, I'm on the industry of trouble. I'm talking a little bit about the broader scale thing is that the one of the issue and the ranchers. So there's recently been a lot of news about this. A company, they have a USA stamp with them, but they're really a Brazilian company. So what they're doing is importing all the beef and getting you're flashing my entire world with that. So, all right. So not only are they bringing in the foreign beef, but they're bringing in the foreign money. And so we're not really giving back to the people who are putting their heart into the cattle ranching industry that we want to happen. So even recently, they've investigated that there's been price collusions, price fixing, and market manipulation. So the wage fixing and price rating settlements alone have cost those four packers over $200 million in just fines. These are not our good friends. They're people who are manipulating things behind the scenes, and it's hurting our good ranchers, which we are. So we're very interested in getting back to some good cattle. Those are our cattle there. We finally got a screen up there. So we're in Shepherd, Texas, but we'd like to bring Goliath concepts to Silsbee. So once we deal with the fact that we're fighting against the four big packers, really what we came to realize is that, well, okay, we're not really fighting against them. What we want to do is more open an opportunity for the other ranchers to have a packer that can service them. So it requires quite a bit of investment, which is why it's not like a very easy entry opportunity for anybody. And right now, our inventory on ranches is we have an opportunity now to say, okay, everybody involved. So if you well, I guess he's on a different screen. I switched up my screens, but we bought the former Baptist Silsbee Hospital. It's about 55,494 square feet, but that's about 4 different buildings. And the property itself is in a qualified opportunity zone, as I said, which just means a town that's been designated as one that could use influx of money and growth. So I have registered Goliath Concepts, so we are an opportunity zone that's official. Ranchers with premium meat processing. What we want to do is offer the USDA processing services to the ranchers and producers. So your people can come direct to us, which gives them more money in their hands, right? So we're skipping the stalker, but we're not trying to cut out the stalkers completely, because in order to have a viable business, we're still going to have stalkers. They're still going to be a part of the business model. But in general, our goal is to have US-based origin meat that is labeled as such. That's a new big processing issue that they used to do. So it's a very expensive thing. This whole thing is a lot of regulation and following the rules. So there's nothing about this that is us coming up with ideas. This is all highly regulated. Everything comes from the US government in the end. But what we want to do is create not just a place for the ranchers, but even a place for investment. So we're not looking to say we're coming in here and this is our business. You guys can just take it or leave it, right? But instead, we're saying to all cattle ranchers across open investment to them, as well as other investors. But we are saying to the cattle people directly, we want you to be a part of this. You may not be able to get to our processing plant, but at least you can invest in something, and that's not very big. There are a couple of other plants that you can invest in, but in general, they're just privately owned, the big ones. So to give you an idea of what we're asking to do in your town, and to bring us in here is to allow us to be a small beef processing plant. So if you look at the size of processing plants, when you're talking about the big four, you're talking about these mega plants. That's not us. We're all the way down here. Tiny little plants. So we are not anything like what you see or you hear or you think of as far as a processing plant. In general, we would be at max capacity between 25 to 50 head a day. And that would be great capacity. It would be a very solid, strong company. And that's what we would be going for.
That is 25 head. We're talking about beef equivalent. So you're talking about 3 pigs, 4 goats, and then I think it's like.
Yeah, so that's my next
chicken.
page on my slide is if you look where it says that it's 25 to 50 beef equivalent, which includes the pork, lamb, goat, everything. And what that means is more regulation and everything has to be compartmentalized. So we have a team of people, which I'll get to, that we're working with to discuss how all this works. But if you can go to the slide about the, to bring in 20, basically, there's barely ceilings and roof, right? It's been, we purchased it at all of this is USDA, all of it's regulated. It's not us having opinions on how it needs to be done at all. And we would be able to create this giant investment and hopefully 50 jobs would be created out of it that are community based. These would be jobs that would be averaging about in the $50,000 to $60,000 range. These are quality jobs with skilled labor. We would be also looking for grants and scholarships around town to help bring in and create the skill sets needed kind of work, but it's definitely skilled labor. Some of it isn't, obviously, but we're saying on average, it's about a 50 to 60,000. Custom processing to other ranchers, so they can have white label service and they can sell direct to farm, which they cannot do right now. What they can do is sell you a cow. And I don't know how many of you have a refrigerator or freezer big enough for a full or a half cow to purchase and the money to do that on demand, but it isn't very common. So it makes it very difficult for ranchers to sell direct farm to table. But with our processing plant, all of the ranchers that can reach us can sell direct farm to table if they choose to do that. And that's a significant increase in their revenue.
Yeah, and I'd make a point there that like, so in Shepherd, the local processors that are state-owned, they won't pay cattle right now because it's all for the deer hunters, right? So they basically shut down from, October to about January, just to pay business. The way you have to structure that is you can't process deer and red meat at the same time. So they do it.
Shut down part. Yeah. You have to
So
shut it down and completely clean out and.
So does that work the same with, like you mentioned, goats, chickens, and lamb, all kinds of stuff?
Those are considered red meat. So the goats, the lambs.
Not the chickens. The chickens and the birds all have their own section completely separated.
They would be devoted to fowl, and another day would be devoted to red meat.
But that's not our goal. Our goal would be to be able to processing. The wild game might have like a day each week or something.
Now you got me interested about lamb chops, okay? I'm a big lamb chop guy. Now, the last lamb chops I bought, like the only place around here I can buy them is at Sam's, and they're from New Zealand.
Right.
So is there U.S. raised lamb?
There are, and that's why we
And
want.
one thing that they struggle to offer is to be able to age the meat, and that's what because we can't bring in higher quantities, like the better quality of meat, and so hopefully that.
Would have been aged about 30 days. Now they do it about 14, and it's wet aged, it's not the dry aged, all the carcass. So you really just have to go to a specialty processor to get that kind of stuff done. And then your point about like lambs and goats and being able to get some of those different red meats is this is where the partnership with farmers is. Because like there's no place to get your chickens processed. We have about 20 chickens that we have to do ourselves. But it'd be great if we could,
take it to a processor and just have that done, because then it would be USDA, and it's just a time thing for us trying to process that all. So,
Hey, some of you guys are aware of recent actions by our government in their infinite wisdom has invested a ton of money in farms and meat outside of America.
yeah.
This is an opportunity for us as small town council people to have a direct impact, not only to us as a town, but make a difference for farmers and local cattle people as well. So I think this is a no-brainer for us.
I have a question I'd like to ask. Are you gonna have any live animals at the site?
So it's not a feedstock area. When those animals come in, they are alive, that's USDA, but they come into a covered area. They're not hanging out. They're not living there. They come in and they're processed. The distribution process starts immediately. So there's not an outside animal area. No.
How will that, affect the smell?
So, one of the things that everyone asks about is, will there be smell? And no, we're not rendering on site, which is what causes the smell. And over time, we do want to have a smokehouse on site. So actually the smell will be the smokehouse, but we're not rendering it.
I'm all about smelling some smoked meat, I'm just saying.
Right.
The rendering is the smelly, or if you're having the feedlot there would be smelly, but we wouldn't be able to do that. It's not even big enough for that, but.
So, those animals are gonna do what they do, but you're cleaning that every day, right? You're keeping that environment as clean as possible to cut down on the pathogens.
So to give you an idea of the size and what would be coming through, let me just skip ahead a little bit and tell you, that will answer your question. In general, the building would be very well insulated, so that would cut off the noise of the incoming processing. And there would be approximately 2 livestock trucks coming in and out every day, 2 gooseneck trailers, and 1 refrigerated truck and 1 waste management truck. So it would be approximately 6 trucks a day, just keeping it clean and keeping things moving. Noise would be down because it'd be inside the building that it starts the processing. They load them right into an inside area.
So getting that cow to carcass needs to happen as efficiently as possible, because you want to cool down that carcass. So that would be, there's gonna be some noise, but it's not like all day. It's not like, I know we think of like a feedlot or something like that where they're just baying. Now there'll be some noise, but we will quickly process them through. So,
And then as far as the smell goes, because everything goes under the roof and there's no rendering, and then the sewage has a pre-treatment system that they do. So we also are required, assuming we can go forward with everything, to do an entire test with the EPA and your city system, so we can come up with the exact number of ratios that your system can handle and make sure we don't exceed that. So all of that is also part of the entire study and process that we would do if we proceed forward, so that we would never overwhelm your city system.
Well, yeah, I'd have to see how much flow they'd have coming, how much flow they'd have coming in and going out. How much water they use in the gallons a day versus how much wastewater is going out gallons per day.
So they will develop some studies for us, and we would tell them, because they, let me just tell you who we have. We have a team of people that we've already talked to. There are 2 PhDs, Keith Jahan and Matthew Gibson, and Samantha Eagle works together with this niche meat processing group, and they're with the University of Oregon, and they basically just help put these together and help people set up, because they obviously believe in the ranch and, keeping this together. So their altruism aside, they do get paid, and this is all that they do. So they would be our consultants all the way through the whole process, because I definitely don't want a $27 million investment off the mark at any point. So we are in the process of hiring them officially, but we've already consulted with them, and we're already sure we're working with them. So they're great.
How about a 24-hour day operation?
No, it won't be.
It's
Yeah,
5 days a week.
Is there a model facility that y'all know of that's in operation that you're saying when we get through, that's what we want to look like?
I can find something for you because that's what they do, but I haven't, I don't have one on hand for me to present to you.
Yeah, there's a case study for one that's, Mesa.
What's different about what we want to do is to have all of the different sections. It's much cheaper to just do the beef, meat, red meat section and not do the rest, but since we do chickens and we did turkeys this year and that kind of thing, I just felt like I really can't stand the way food tastes anymore. It's pretty disgusting, the meat, the way that they process it in these big plants, and I don't want that. I want real meat again. So I want all of the different sections so we can have that. And then if we expand into other cities in the future, I'm not as worried about that, but I definitely want a plant that gives us real food that's quality food.
To me, your biggest challenge is gonna be your close proximity to residential.
Yeah. That's what my big agriculture got, but the stuff in Silsbee, they're across the fence from you guys and spend a small fortune on it.
That's his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is bringing, this is literally what we preach about, trying to bring to the city. It's jobs, it's bringing jobs, it's directly helping U.S. companies.
Yeah. Let me tell you a little bit about your own town. So your town, according to statistics, had 16,000 people a few years, about $2 million in salaries. And that's a 3 times benefit to your community when you're talking about salaries. That's just the people working here. That's not talking about the sales in the stores or the housing benefit that it would provide to you. But if we looked at this hospital site and said to build houses there, we ran a benefit analysis. I wouldn't make any money on it. I would just dump it. It wouldn't have any benefit to me. You guys cannot sell what it takes right now in the housing construction market to build something there. And you said yourself, across the street cost a fortune just to dress up a house. So I know this takes money from investors and it's a giant investment, and that's our job to go get that done. We're going to put it on WeFunder. I'm already going to go out to ranchers. I've got these guys. We're also going to go after grants to raise some of this money. The USDA loves grants and they love small towns. Mm-hmm. So we are going to advertise the heck out of Silsbee and just go after it and try to do anything we can, because if we can raise 17 million and get a $20 million grant, that's all those investors just got a giant bump in their investment. And I'm really hoping it's ranchers, because that's what we want. But I know that's also going to be regular investors, but we're going to be management people ourselves. I've run my company for over 20 years. I'm very confident in all of that.
Pretty confident there's a lot of ticked off farmers and ranchers right now. I wouldn't mind jumping on board with you guys. So.
Yeah. A lot of doubt.
So in essence, y'all created an opportunity zone fund that you're gonna take investments in to move this forward.
With your blessing, we would like to do that. And, you know, we know there's some challenges here, and we're very conscientious of the community. And so we didn't come here just blindly asking for that. We understand that, but we're hoping that what we're bringing to the table is such a great benefit to your town that it's hopefully a no-brainer that we can get your support. What we want today.
I know we need to get with the city about wastewater and some of those ways to treat that, how much pre-treating we need to do, what they can handle.
And
let's face it, that's going to have to happen anyways, whoever bought it. You know what I'm saying? So.
And the rest of the, you know, if we needed to do anything with the wastewater and all that and then take a different direction, you know, we have to come to you guys and make sure you understood all of that change. Right now, we're hoping that it will be functional. That's why our consultants said, we think you'll be able to handle this. It's not because of the size of the.
We've got a 6-inch water line going into the property, 4-inch sewer. So it should be all right. But like I said,
He needs a lot of
volume you're going to have.
Yeah, and it's such a cyclical work that you're bringing in those cows, just do some pre-treating by the nitrogen content that's the problem. So, there might be some other opportunities there for us to capture that on site. So those are some of the studies we have to go through, and then I know we have to win the support of the neighborhood. Because we're right there. I know there's a neighborhood in there, and it's just, how far away are we from them? Right.
Yeah, I mean, we.
You got a church right there too.
I know, oh, that's true, right? Kind of catty point to us.
Yeah.
At the same time, you've got I mean, well, I can speak for myself, possibly Mr. Woodard, that you've got the support of us, because this is what we were elected to do, was to bring in primary jobs. I mean, that's part of another hat we wear, but, you know, to quote unquote, grow this town, give people more, and that would definitely provide.
How many people do you plan to employ?
50.
50.
And we don't have those people. We're hoping to get them from locals here. We're not bringing in a foreign company with foreign actors or anything of that nature. This is us, and everything else we're gonna say, job opening, here's your skill sets that you need to get, and we can, in the beginning, we'll have ability to train people, and then we can hopefully bring to the high school some opportunities.
Yeah, that's
But to add to what he said, I'm in favor of jobs and I'm in favor of growth, but we're gonna live by it.
Yeah.
I'll move by it.
Okay?
Switch someone's house.
Move in. But bottom line, all I'm saying is we need to look at the environmental impact and the neighborhood impact. And if it works and it's fair, then I'm all for you. I'll help you build it. But that's my concern is how it fits in a neighborhood. And you said it just that way, you gotta fit in the neighborhood.
Right.
And I don't know what your impact to that neighborhood is.
Our biggest impact is, like we said, to the water system, and there's
Well-
ways around that, but as far as noise and things, if the trucks coming in is too much, then
We're not talking about.
There's a train that goes to this town 8 times a day that everyone hears anyway.
It's right off of 418.
Yeah.
Truck noise is on the highway anyway. Like,
So again, my part of it is how you impact the neighborhood. But another question I'm asking is, you slaughter 25 cows. I heard you say you're gonna have a waste truck, but you're not gonna smell that?
No,
it's
no, we're doing this,
contained
yeah,
in a different system.
I mean, you're doing it in a coal unit, so it's not like we're doing this out in the open,
No,
right?
nothing's outside.
And then,
And like you said, we've got a small slaughterhouse out that's outside of town. They've been functioning there a long time. I don't see it being a terrible, having, a lot of.
The thing about the ones that smell, it's either the animals are outside or they're doing rendering, which is part of the byproduct where they're doing things to the byproduct, whereas we're going to sell off the byproduct, or, like he explained, there's waste first step pre-treatment sections and things like that. So when that truck's coming in, it's taking from the tank. It's not necessarily that waste.
look, that's everybody's question.
Yeah.
Sure. And another transparency thing, and if you stay for the rest of the agenda, there's another agenda item on here that the south sewer plant, the north sewer plant that your byproduct's gonna go to, your waste you're gonna go to is 50 years old and in disrepair, and we're struggling to come up with the money to fix it.
They're actually gonna go to the south, I mean.
Would it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I just figured probably proximity.
It's actually going to the south.
It's gonna go the longer way around, but
Yeah.
we got south plant issues we're addressing too. So we have infrastructure issues and we got to make it a negative. I'm just saying it has.
We're talking about 90 to 95% of that is with those pre-treatments. So we're talking more about the chemical side, which is, it's high in nitrogen. So it's gonna require some extra oxygen in there. And then, there's a bunch of different ways to handle that. So when we get to that zoning and we talk to the sewage treatment guys about what they can handle and then what we need to keep, and then we come back to you with a plan.
Did you say there's a plant like this in Memphis?
Mesa, Texas is what I'm saying. But there's a bunch of them around. I can get you
Yeah, if you
case
could
studies
list
that show.
we'll try to check them out.
Yeah.
But also y'all keep in mind too, as it is right now, your current zoning doesn't allow that type of facility. in a R1 or R3. It's only allowed in heavy industrial, and that was one reason that they
Yeah,
were
that-
coming before you too, because
So
if they'd have been in the right spot, you know, you couldn't have stopped them.
my question is, Deanne, so it's zoned for hospital, correct?
Well, it was zoned, the front part of it commercial and the back part R3. And the city gave a specific use permit for a hospital only when the hospital was there. But from my understanding from Solomon, you can't just give a specific use, right?
So the specific use permits have specific things that you can give for in specific districts. Slaughterhouses don't have a specific use permit currently. So what we would do is just add, the only place that you can put a slaughterhouse right now is in heavy industrial. What we could do is just add to the ordinance that you can put a specific use permit on R3 and C2. And then I think what you'd need to do is advertise the heck out of it so that everybody knew that that's what we were doing and that we were changing the ordinance and letting the citizens know that that was going to happen and that there were public hearings, because you'd want to hear from anybody that, you probably need to do that you have to have a public hearing anyway to give out a specific use permit, but to do something like that, you really would want to make sure that the public knew what you were doing, because it could be considered a little bit shady to do it that way. Change the law specifically for the piece of property that they want, that they're on.
So I don't know how, to make it not shady, how do you go about doing it?
Right now right now the ordinances don't allow a slaughterhouse on that piece of property.
Okay, so with that being said, without being shady, like you just said, how can we change that? Do we vote to rezone it?
Like I said,
Okay.
advertise.
Well, I thought, okay, yeah, okay, got it.
Advertise it.
Standard operating procedure though, that you send out mailers, you put it in the city.
Yeah, but that would, normally we don't change the ordinances to fit the property.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a list right now of what you can grant a specific use permit for, and a slaughterhouse is not in there. So we would have to add to the list and then grant it.
Okay.
And also clarify.
Would look shady.
Yeah, because you can't do a zoning change, because that would be considered spot zoning. And that's illegal.
Well, and also to clarify, if you just rezone that piece of property at heavy industrial.
You just have a piece of I2, heavy industrial.
Let me ask you a question. 418, directly across the street from this property. What is that?
Nothing.
Washington.
It's not part of the city.
Yeah.
Across the street. Oh, it's not in the city
It's
limits.
the old, kind of look like an old.
That side's
Lumber mill.
It is. Yeah.
No, up to YYYFA,
Yeah,
not past it.
Directly across the street from the hospital. It's inside the city.
Yeah, that little piece is outside.
Yeah, that boundary line that runs all the way to, I think Hayes Road is outside the city limits.
This the road. Talking about right across the road.
North,
At least 300 feet of that inside the city.
Is the LP plant?
Mhm.
I don't know.
According to the map, it's the boundary is 418.
Uh-huh, on that.
you're talking about the
side.
city limit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all.
They carved out LP out of the city.
Yeah, the whole thing, unfortunately.
Here.
Yeah.
Well, it stops at YYFA and
Well,
LP properties.
If you just dig it,
And then we get on the
You're
other
gonna
side of
find
Hayes Road.
it was inside the city. 418, 327, 96 bypass, everything 300 feet.
And he's correct, as long as it was in the city limits. That part, for whatever reason, the whole Kirby was left outside the city limits, so we just took road and went around it.
So this is probably not something that we need to argue about right now, because even if it was part of the city, it would be C2. So.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I got my reason for saying what I said a while ago.
Yeah, but it would be C2. So
we would do what Solomon said.
Yeah, there's no I-1 around it.
The only heavy industrial we got is the railroad yard, right?
Yeah.
If I can figure out how to keep them.
Yeah, we got a couple of spots in
Is
here.
that, what is that?
Well, that's
Cement
what I
plant?
said.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah, there's a cement plant in the railroad yard. The cement plant in the railroad yard.
Oh, yeah.
This is a long-term plan, so we don't have to do anything now.
It's not any,
Yeah, this is,
more of a presentation, which I
Right.
appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for
wouldn't
coming.
be
we appreciate
spots
you
on
coming.
it.
We would like your blessing to proceed with requesting a zoning change, because we would like to proceed with our refunder investment raise and start trying to raise $27 million to invest in your town. If there's
That-
something else we could bring to you,
Solomon, that public hearing need to happen.
So I make a motion that we go by Solomon's recommendation of having the process of getting the, letter changed
So,
to, have public hearings to whatnot to get everyone to say, okay.
so in the December meeting, we will change the, we'll add to the specific use permit schedule, and then we can, you can submit a specific use permit application after that.
But he's not talking about spot zoning or changing the zoning.
It'll be just a specific use permit.
Yeah,
for
it'll
C-
still be
C2
C2 and
R3.
R3.
Motion.
Now,
We got a motion,
and what
second?
Oh, I'll second it.
Good, got a motion.
Who made the
second?
motion?
Kurt.
Kurt and Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any discussion on it?
Solomon, what time will you be trying to do the public hearing?
Well, you're gonna do that. You can't do that until you,
Yeah.
because they haven't submitted a specific, an application for a specific use permit yet. So that's when you'll do the public hearing.
Okay, that's what I'm like.
Hearing after.
So it's,
And we typically, we've done those at meetings, right? We'll do, or is they gotta be separate?
There's a whole process. I mean,
Okay.
it's, yeah, it has to go before zoning and, yeah,
so is there an item on the agenda for him to make a motion to?
he can make a motion.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, is there any
Wait,
other?
hold on, I don't think that's the way I read that.
Ain't what I read.
Hold on, what number we on?
I didn't put it on there for action. I
Just
put it on
discussion
there as
on
a
that.
presentation.
I ain't voting.
No, you can't do that.
Sorry.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll put on the agenda.
Oh, another month.
Well, unless we have a special call meeting.
Solomon, you tell them they can make a vote?
Yeah, you're fine making a motion because you're gonna, otherwise you just do it in the agenda portion anyway. So make a motion.
You already.
Already
did. I second.
Okay, is there any other discussion on it?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to make a vote because of the fact it don't have.
Just put it in an agenda item on next month, agenda.
Good. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Okay, we got 2 nays and 4. I didn't hear what you said, William.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to make you folks understand, I'm not against y'all in any way. I'm against the ramrodding of the council of certain folks on here just trying to get their way on a one-man show. And I just want to do diligence. That's all I'm looking for, due diligence.
Well,
We
I
understand
assure
it's a
you-
process that we have to go through with
And
the zoning and.
my entire
getting the community
career
involved.
is due diligence and compliance. So I intend to very carefully monitor this investment with all of that.
All right.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And if this doesn't work out at this location, we might be able to suggest a few other ones around there. You know?
All right, well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Item 5, discussion and possible action on resolution number 25-33. A resolution of the city council of the 2025 Christmas parade.
And it has already been submitted. Everything was in it. Sean's already reviewed it. I've already reviewed it, and I just need y'all to be able to approve the resolution to submit it to TxDOT.
Okay, so you're recommending we do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve it.
Tina made a motion. Is anybody second it?
I second it.
William seconded it. Is there any discussion on it? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the motion carries. Item 6, discussion and possible action on resolution, Texas, casting its votes at the election for the board of directors for the Hardin County Appraisal District. Another entity, they go together and vote together, because we don't have enough votes to elect anybody.
Yeah, I think we only got like 20, 25.
Have you talked to anybody, Deanna?
Well, it tells you on this paper, I gotta find it, of who the schools, nominated, and we usually just go along with whoever they nominate, unless I don't want to do anything. But
I'll make a motion, we go along with school on town ed.
we want to make sure we got somebody from our general area that's on. That's important.
You know him?
well, if you only got like 20
You didn't
votes, and they got like
What school is this?
almost 150, doesn't do you any good to pick a person out, because
Yes.
if they picked out somebody else, then your votes mean nothing. So, but if you don't, I'm not saying you don't, but if you didn't want that person or you just didn't want to be involved in it, you just don't vote. That's up to y'all, but you have like 20 or
You make a
25
motion, I
votes.
made a motion, down there, and Bruce seconded. We got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on it? All in favor of casting our votes for Sam Ed Harold, say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aye.
Opposed? Yeah, motion carries. Okay, item 7, discussion possible action on resolution number 25-30, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Silsbee, Texas, approving the execution of a municipal maintenance agreement between the state.
Think there's nobody here for text on it,
No, they said they couldn't make it.
so we can put it on December, or we can try to have a workshop with them, whatever y'all want to do, or put it on the next agenda.
They holding us hostage.
No, they're not. I mean, we don't have to sign it. You don't have to sign it. They're the ones that are pushing to get it signed, so.
Yeah. We need to put it up.
Push it out till you be here.
Make a
Okay,
motion
so-
to table it.
That's what I
December
told
meeting?
them, is until they show up, we're not signing it.
We'll just keep putting it on there.
Well, a motion to table, do we have a second?
Aye.
Yeah. Is that a motion?
Okay, who made the
Second.
motion?
Okay, we have,
I motion to table it.
Who seconded it?
Kurt.
Kurt. Okay.
okay, is there any other discussion on it? Okay, everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the motion carries. To table it. Item 8, discussion and possible action on ordinance number 25-12, an ordinance amending the code of ordinances of the city of Silsbee, Texas to expand side yard setbacks in districts zoned R2, R3, and MH from 5 feet to 7 feet. And this is a second reading.
Yes, sir,
regarding-
it passed, I think, 5-1, so we had to have a second reading.
Right. So we're required to read it again, and we've done that. And does anybody want to make a motion? We pass it.
Make a motion.
Kurt,
Pass it.
do we have a second?
Oh, damn.
It should. This is the second reading. I
Yeah,
second.
council already approved it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't unanimous. You had one nay. So,
Still is.
I think Thomas voted nay. So, when that happens, you have to do it again.
Okay.
So Kurt made a motion,
I second it.
Bruce, Paul second.
Paul second.
So there's no other discussion.
That 5 foot, is that coming, the 7 foot, is it coming from The roof of the house or from the side brick of the house?
Roof to eave, right? Eave to eave.
To
Got it?
Come from the sides of the house. The eave's not part of it.
Hmm?
The eve is not part of it.
That's supposed to have changed.
each other. If you build the roof at the right pitch, yeah, or at that pitch, then you
Yeah.
could almost be touching each other, like you said.
Yes.
So
So it gotta be
wall
for
to
the
wall.
purpose.
We asked for it to be changed, but it never got changed.
Well, that's the reason why I brought up to y'all at night, that we should have let it stay at 5 and make sure that the roof is apart from each other and not the side of the building y'all trying to do.
Well, we can either do 7 from the side or 5 from the overhang.
Well,
One
I-
of them got
The
to be.
eve
no, I would,
The
is the bad part.
the eve where you need it because you do it from the wall. What about somebody trying to extend their roof out for it? You still gonna have a problem.
Aren't you only
Right.
allowed to have 2-foot eaves anyway?
Do what?
Aren't you only allowed to have 2-foot eaves anyway?
They asked, do it out.
I
2
think
foot
you're
eaves.
only
How far out?
allowed to have 2-foot eaves.
That's
Yeah.
that's why I brought it up to y'all last time. 5 foot was all we needed.
It's the
As long as
same
we
thing,
did roof through.
because your eaves are only allowed to be 2 feet.
Okay, so if both of those structures have 2-foot eaves, then you're only looking at 3-foot.
Feet between. Yeah.
At 7 foot,
So,
Before.
No,
explain to me where you're getting this information about you're only allowed to have 2-foot eaves.
I think it's in the code that you're only allowed to have 2-foot eaves.
Okay.
But Paul, we do roof.
Yeah, it's right there,
Yeah,
actually, at the
5 foot.
bottom
I'm
sentence
with
of
you.
that code,
Of this ordinance or
Yeah.
of
of this
the
ordinance,
international resident?
and this
Because we-
ordinance and every other one, yeah.
Well, part of what we're entered into, and this is a little bit of a deviation, but it brings us to where the problem is without a building official, we're sitting up here arguing with each other about what the codes are, and we need a building official to be our authority. Because we don't know the code, we don't know the code.
It says it right there, but there was the building official that asked for it.
But again, I'm asking that question, and the building official's not here. Is this something he's quoting out of the International Residential Code? Or is this something he's quoting out of a little tablet he got in his back pocket? Or is this something he's making up as he goes? That's where the problem comes in.
And the fire marshal wanted 7 foot, and I changed it to 7
And I
foot.
remember, it's been 2 or 3 years ago, the last time Mike Collier came through here under employment here, and I talked to Mike about it, and I know the very property that brought the conversation up about the R1, and he's going, man, they're just too close together between 2 structures. But now that we're getting into, but doesn't the code say that the eve can only be 2 foot, therefore, if we've got 5 foot between the slabs and 2 foots, then okay, we're a foot apart. You know, we're getting into a lot of math and conjecture there rather than say our structures need to be a minimum this far apart to the closest point. And I don't know that code either without going and finding it and reading, trying to find it.
It's right there.
And
It's in the ordinance that you're
No,
this ordinance quotes what version of what code?
the current and the future of the code and ordinances that we have right now.
Our code part is not the adopted building code.
No, our code of ordinances.
says no side yard shall be less than 7 feet measured from the side property line to the side of the structure, and no covered porch, covered terrace, or attached accessory building shall project into any required side yard space. All required side yards shall be open and unobstructed except for fences for ordinary projections of seals, belt courses, cornices, etc. But in no case shall any such a projection exceed 24 inches.
So can you draw me a picture and explain what that means?
Yeah, exactly what we just now said.
Honestly, when you read it, I can't keep up with exactly what it is. Well, again, is what are we talking about?
Okay, so.
Professionals to come in here and give us information. About 2 years ago, we had one of our inspectors or fire marshals came down here, and they had a situation on Durden, I believe, where they were building some houses too close together.
And they asked us to change
we
it.
changed this, and
And
we
y'all
changed,
agreed,
and we changed it.
but you didn't pick up all these zones. You only picked up R1. So anybody that was doing stuff in R2, R3, and mobile home challenged us on, we can still do it because you didn't change it in these. And so
And I get that.
the
what all
inspector
this
said,
thing
let's
does.
come back and add these with it.
I get that's what brought us to today, but what happened here is up and down this table here, there's more than one person here got what are we talking about, from the slab to slab? Are we talking about from the eave to the eave? And now we're saying the eave can only be 2 foot, so.
It says 7 feet measured from the side.
Yeah, the side of the
Side
structure.
Property line to the side of each.
No, you can't.
7 feet from the property line, so,
Sir?
7 feet from the property line to the wall.
Correct.
And we sit there and make sure them roofs is 5 foot apart without touching each other, you're gonna solve your problem.
It's not, the roof's not 5 foot apart. The roof ends up being,
That's clarification, is what I'm saying. We need a minimum 3 foot.
Three if
between-
they're
no,
right on
because
the edge.
you're talking about the property line. So 7 foot from the property line, 7 foot from the property line, that's 14 feet.
Mhm.
You're not talking about 7 foot from the house. You're talking about 14 feet.
To the closest point of the house, meaning the end of the eave, or to the wall?
The wall to the property line is 7 feet.
7 feet.
Then property line to wall is 7 feet. So that's 14 feet total.
Do you see where he says that the eave can only be 2 foot?
Yes.
It's
that's
all
what I-
around the section.
Says
All required side yards shall be open and obstructed except fences, and.
I get you lose weeks off when we say 14 feet.
Cornices, et cetera.
Because it's 2 houses, so it's 7 feet times 2.
So there's 7 foot.
Because you got a house on each one, so each one has to have a 7 foot setback.
And then,
So you're gonna have 7 foot here and 7 foot here. So that's 14 feet between the houses.
with the maximum 2 foot extended,
Yeah.
which takes off 4, that
Minus
makes them
that.
10 feet apart from
Yes.
eave to eave.
So that still
More
gives
than
you,
7.
that's way more than 7 or 5 or 3.
I'm not questioning that's way more than 7 or 5 or 3.
I mean, but what do you want? Like, you're asking me to, like,
What I want, land are you losing? Do we need these houses 10 foot apart? Because what you're talking about, they weren't 2 foot apart.
Right.
Who said it needed to go from 2 to 10?
Right.
Who said it needed to go from 2 to 10?
Marshall sitting out there did.
Well, where's he at?
what do you mean 2 to 10?
The ones he's talking about on Dirt Drive were literally 2
They're pretty
foot
close.
apart.
They're not 2 foot apart.
They were close.
But they weren't 2 foot apart.
They're not 10.
They were 5 foot apart. Like, that's what the ordinances say. I don't know what to tell you other than that. That's the ordinances. If they're not following the ordinances, that's not me. Like, I only write this stuff. I don't enforce it.
Wait. You're taking this personal, man. You can't quit taking this personal. What
Should we pass on it then?
you're not gonna get my support till I understand it. And I realize you got paid to work on this last week, and so you knew exactly what you had written in there. But we get this stuff on Friday afternoon, and then we get spent.
With respectfully, this is our second conversation of this. We've had this conversation. This is Groundhog Day. We've had this conversation.
You got
This is
this
the
week
second
ago,
reading.
nobody reads it.
We all approved it. Unanimously.
I didn't prove it.
I think Thomas was the only one.
I'm admitting to y'all, I read it, but I'm admitting to y'all, we talked about it. I didn't understand it, that the houses had to be 10 foot apart. I'm just trying to justify it. Is that necessary?
The tip of the
No, that's
structure,
too far.
the tip of the structure needs to be 10 foot apart. Now, whether that
That's
is,
not what we did.
whether it's necessary based on the fire code, I don't know.
So now.
But I think it's way better than 5 foot if you get a windy day and a house fire.
Don't get me wrong, if they were 100 foot apart, it'd be safer. I'm talking about how much y'all gonna squeeze that from lots, all I'm saying.
Right.
That's all.
Don't make it harder for somebody to, and again, I'm not against it being safe. I'm just.
We have a motion and we have a second, so I'm saying
On the
let's,
second reading, yeah.
on the second reading, let's vote on it. And, the whole idea is they're trying to make them uniform, where in all these different zoning deals, that they're the
Yeah, they
same.
all have to be the same distance
Yeah.
apart.
Well, if we're gonna make it right, then we need to get clarification and then make sure we voting on it. Ain't nothing clear right now about the way we're getting ready to vote.
Well, in the beginning, it was from the side of the wall, forget the eave. And it was 5 foot and 5 foot. And the fire marshal told y'all that was too close. So we asked you to change it to 7 and 7.
But
No,
no, we asked last time before that like first reading, that 770, we go, is that the eve or is that the wall? And I very clearly remember us saying that was the wall.
Property line to the wall, that's it, I'm sorry, hold on, let me make sure. No, I'm not being an ass about it, it's just 7 foot from there to there, okay? And then if you've got a maximum 2 foot overhang, then that gives you 10 foot in between from tip to tip. If they both have a maximum 2
I
foot.
still challenge the accuracy of this, what brought this on. Because if you take that 7 back to 5, now the houses were 6 foot apart at the eve if you had the maximum 24 inches involved in that.
Yeah, somebody did it wrong.
They were, and
We
that's
brought
why
that
the fire marshal thought it was a fire hazard, because you had
At 6 foot
5
apart,
at
he
the
thought,
sidewalk.
but it's
And
6
then
foot
it didn't
apart, he
count
thought
the
that was
eve.
a fire hazard. Because if you
At
move
five.
Were they
it
6
back to
foot?
5,
If you move it back to 5,
they
then
do
you
that
end up,
same picture.
you end up with 8 foot between 2 houses if you
No,
move it back to
6.
5.
It's 6 because there's two twos.
5 and 5 is 10,
Minus 4.
right, so you end up with
6.
6, like I said. I
I
wasn't mathing very well.
You brought good pictures, I got you. But my point being is you know, did the fire marshal come in there and say 6 foot apart won't work?
Yeah, that's what, was it fire marshal or the code inspector?
It was both. And the fire marshal is the one that
Them houses over there.
claimed it was a fire safety because of how close them
I think
houses were.
Silsbee McGinnis was building houses over there.
I'm just getting to,
Yeah,
I mean, 3 or 4 foot's close. 6 foot seems like. But I don't care. Y'all wanna go with, I'm not planning on building them close together, but I just think consistency and
And I think that's the main,
for those
Goal
of
here
you,
is to
for
get-
those of you,
But
let me
you
just put it this way. For those of you that ain't had to be on the other side of that glass dealing with the, oh, you can't pull 3 permits on the same property without writing 3 checks because we can't figure out how to put the money in the bank and, oh, we don't know what these permits are gonna cost until you come in here and stand around and let us ask around and no 2 of them's the same. And if you ain't had to be the guy that dealt with the other side of that wall, it's a little different animal.
And I'm gonna
And
tell
I
you
have been that guy, and I'm permits in building those houses.
And
That's all I'm doing.
the other thing y'all not thinking about is that if we keep doing what we're doing right now, and the people trying to build 2 houses on that property, they're gonna come back for a variance, and that's gonna be another problem.
So you go against what the fire marshal's saying and the code inspector?
I ain't heard fire marshal ain't talked to us. That's part of what I'm saying.
So actually, why would honestly
This
brought up
this is
last
like-
meeting?
I'm just saying, they're guessing
Okay,
what he's
Solomon,
saying.
go ahead.
R2 and R3 are supposed to be medium and high density housing. So really, the setbacks should be smaller because the idea should be that you should be able to put more housing together by the very nature of medium and high density housing. Them being the same setbacks for every zone is somewhat ridiculous, but that's what I was asked to do. So
And again, I didn't totally disagree with the thinking of making it all the same, but I hear what you're saying too. And it's not that I'm on a crusade to squeeze them together. I'm on a crusade to make it clear to the folks what's expected and it not be, obscure. That's my problem.
Well, we have been letting them build them as it reads right now, but we have other people in the public that comes up to us or a neighbor and says, why did you let them do that? It looks hideous. They're built too close together.
Yeah, we're never gonna
They'll
make
ask you
everybody
for fire hazard.
Well,
Someone's everyone's always.
I'm not, if you put everybody at 5 across like I've been saying since quite some time, I think you'll solve everybody's problem.
Well, why don't you make a motion next time for the next meeting that we might do it that way? And we go ahead and vote on this thing this time, and if you make that motion, then we'll bring that up and we'll discuss it.
If this was passed, then that's it.
No, sure, you can always change it.
Yeah, y'all can change
I've
the time.
I've got a real big
anytime you want
concern. Over in the area where Thomas lives, there are a lot of 25-foot lots over there. I don't know how you build anything on.
It's gonna be a long shotgun.
So if you take 7 foot off of one side and 7 foot off the other side, they've got like, I'm a mathematician, but
Yeah.
they got like 11 foot in there, they built
They,
them all.
they built the house bad right there at 10th Street,
Yeah.
where the Johnson lived.
You know, wait a minute. Let's see if we can't simplify it. Okay. People want 7 foot, people want 5 foot. If you don't have the property to build there, why is that a problem? Just like you're saying, you know, you build a house about 2 foot wide. But if you don't have the property there, then you can't build that. You put a storage building there or something.
Built different style home.
Yeah, but that's where I live at now. They can't do it. Even if they own that, if they bought some of my yard, they couldn't build there because it's not enough room. They can't crowd in on me. So if you don't have the property, you know, to build 2 houses on one lot, then you just have to build one. You got to take a loss. Right now, we're juggling on seeing, okay, let's change the ordinance so we can build 2 houses on this lot. I understand that part. But if we make this ordinance one size fits all, then it shouldn't be a problem.
It all fit on.
You just to me opened up another question.
Yeah.
If you building 2 houses, you can't, first of all, it won't let you build 2 houses on the same lot.
Huh?
The code won't let you build 2 houses on one lot, will it, Roger?
Do what?
That's multifamily.
Not today.
Not today. But
Okay.
if we're talking about building 2 houses on one, but here's where I was leading to that question. If we are talking about multifamily on that, then does this ordinance apply to 2 houses in the same ownership?
Yeah.
See, the way I read it, it was 2 neighbors, because you said property line.
Well, how
You
how
said
are we gonna
property
clear this
line.
up, T?
So if you got 2 houses
we'll
on
be
the
right back
same
in the same
ownership,
spot.
Bring it
how
back.
far apart can they be?
But we can have a
Okay.
We
discussion,
got a motion, table.
workshop.
We talking about bringing it back and revisit it again, but we're gonna be right in the same rut where we are now, right?
Don't do it at council meeting, you do it at a workshop.
I would appreciate input from the fire marshal to what the minimum
Please.
distance between combustible materials.
Thanks for
They
coming,
gonna
guys.
have to enforce it, you know.
Okay,
We need to have a workshop, not a council meeting.
I think you're right, but how do we get out of the situation we're in right now and get to where we go to a workshop and discuss?
You've got I think an ordinance. So why don't you,
Live with it.
why don't you
I mean,
just,
You saying we got a city ordinance?
I think you put that in place.
Oh, you gotta show that to me. You gotta show me that. I want, make sure y'all make a note, and I want to see that.
Okay, go ahead and tell us anyway.
Why don't you just vote to suspend the voting, suspend the motion until you can have a workshop.
suspend.
I rescind my motion.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a motion to suspend this
Make a
until we
motion
can
to
have.
suspend this until we can get further clarification on the.
I'll second
All right.
Okay. Any discussion on it? All in favor of suspending the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're suspending this and we got a workshop on it.
Could you set a workshop, please?
All right.
Jesus.
Discussion, I'm done. Discussion and possible action on ordinance number 25-13. An ordinance amending the code of the ordinance of the city of Silsbee, Texas to changing the minimum size of accessory buildings and accessory dwelling units in residential zone R1 and R2. Areas subject from 800 square feet to 600 square feet. And the city attorney, can you talk to us about this and make a recommendation or?
We passed an ordinance earlier in the year about, the dwelling units accessory dwelling units, and right now it says that the accessory dwelling units have to be at least 800 square feet. And I got a request from a council member to make that 600 square feet instead of 800 square feet, so I made it 600 square feet instead of 800 square feet.
Accessory dwelling being like mother-in-law house or something like that?
Yeah,
Hey, as long as you got said feet from the said property line.
that's right.
That,
Just maybe where they can build one smaller,
Yeah.
doesn't have to be that big.
Okay. So you're not saying it has to be 600 square feet. It could still be 800 square feet.
Mhm.
Oh, it's a minimum 600. That's what it reads, right?
Yeah, it's a minimum.
Yeah, they
Okay.
just reduce the.
Would you make a motion
Just the
about
accessory
it?
buildings.
Okay.
I'll make a motion. Where'd it go? I'll make a motion that we,
Bruce,
No discussion? All those in favor of passing this motion, say aye.
Aye. Yeah.
okay,
Opposed? Okay, the motion carries.
Number 9 here.
Okay, item 10. Okay. Item 10, discussion and possible action on setting sufficient rate fee for water and sewer system for phase 2 of the water and sewer system improvement project. Deanna, would you like to make a recommendation on this?
we talked about it in the last meeting. Council tossed around options and thoughts, but nobody never set a final price.
$10.
And,
And then I think we were gonna have a meeting, you know, a couple of weeks ago, we couldn't get a forum.
And the $10 gonna be used for work?
Pay back the loan, right?
Sir?
It's gonna be used to pay back the loan.
I want to make sure it's spelled out where it's going.
Yeah, it would be specifically set aside in a special fund just for that, improvement project.
So we.
And it's gonna go on the bill, right? Just be captured. The people will see that this says, water improvement fee, correct?
Did you say it
Repair and
could or
improve.
couldn't be done that way? We talked about that a little bit, about them putting a fee on the water bill
Yeah,
and
they can just call it an impact fee.
Right.
impact fee. Okay.
But,
and we're
but
gonna dedicate that money for only that water.
That only-
Yeah, water and sewer impact
I mean-
fee for that project and then, correct.
if it got to be spelled out for that only, and I got to see it, if not, I'm telling you, I'm bringing it back up.
Okay.
Sure.
Because my point is, I'm tired of saying we're gonna do something, and we never getting it done, where the citizen can see where the money goes.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion, right?
Yes, sir.
And we have a second.
$10.
Okay, is there any other discussion on this?
Gonna be impact fee.
Now, you're
For
not
water,
gonna try to come back
sewer.
with no more fees for these bills, right?
Okay,
This is it this time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Come back every 2 weeks.
no, I know, we know. Okay, a motion
Okay, who
carried.
made the motion?
I did.
Who seconded it?
Kurt,
Okay. Okay.
Okay, item 11, discussion and possible action on wording on disconnect notice. Public Works Director, can you address that for us?
we just need, I like the wording change on the disconnect notice. Right now, the disconnect notice says that you have to pay your total, have to pay total bills of what you owe to Silsbee at the time. That is your 2 past dues and a future bill that's been posted already. I don't think that's fair because the future bill is not due yet. It may not be due for another 25 days. So I think it just should say, just the 2 past dues is what you have to pay to keep your water on, instead of adding for the third bill.
You right?
why are they asking for the bill that's not due?
Because that's the way that disconnect,
That's why it's
anything that's
written.
owed, disconnected, the city has been making them pay based on that, everything owed to us at that time, because it was water that you.
That's not due.
I'll be honest, man, people are hurting right now, and I feel like freaking just one bill past due needs to be paid to catch up, honestly, to get their stuff.
I'm getting so many calls, people cannot read that.
Oh,
Look,
I
Okay,
got
they
some
can fix
that
it by doing it
wasn't
electronic.
lined up in the printer right.
This is
So
the third time I
somehow
brought
it
it
got
up.
to my house.
This is my third time I brought this up. And people still complaining about the same thing as these bills.
I'll take a look tomorrow and see. Nobody's complained to us about it yet.
So to the topic at hand, Deanne, are you in favor of this? Is not a negative impact that we're not thinking about or don't know about?
No, it's just like Kurt said, it's so hard for everybody already. And so if you're making them pay, we allow people to get 2 months behind before we go to turn them off anyway. But because we bill a month and a half behind, that third bill's already been used. So if they get turned off, the service was already used, so they're making them pay all three. A lot of people can't even get turned back on, or they put it in somebody else's name because they can't afford to pay all three of them. So if we change the wording of it, then they would only charge them for the past due, and they wouldn't make them pay the new bill.
I think for now, it's the best we can do.
No. Now, what about at one time we had door hangers?
All right.
Yeah, we are doing that now.
Are you getting cooperation from your employees to do it? Are you getting cooperation from your city employees about the door hangers?
No, I've got that straight. Not to worry about that.
Okay.
Like the bills that were sent out last week, today. We put door hangers today, telling us to do it on Thursday.
Yeah, they got till Wednesday at 5 o'clock, and then Thursday morning,
Yeah.
Roger sends his guys out to turn them
And
off.
we changed that. We only had, last billing date, a week ago, we only had 5 look up versus 25 or so.
It helps sometimes.
We're working on it.
Okay,
Yeah, work on your people first. Work on your people within first. You'll get somewhere.
So it's gonna take a motion to take that wording off there about the
I motion
final
to take
bill.
that wording off of there.
I second.
okay, we got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on it? Okay. All in favor of changing that wording to 2 months that are past due,
Only.
and that's all they have to pay
You on.
right then. They may get another past due in
The
another,
next week,
yeah,
but it's
but that
still,
doesn't matter. Okay? All in favor of that, say aye. Opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Did you guys have any question about what the motion was and everything?
No, sir, we got it.
Okay. Discussion and possible action on sewer line repair this is item 12. Discussion and possible action on sewer line repair between Silsbee Mini Storage and Fleet Shop at 1135. Public Works Director, can you talk to us about that?
There is a sewer line runs between the mini storage and the fleet store. This line has never been a city line that we can find on record.
Highway Department took care of that.
It's a force main.
It's a force main. It may be a deal where Tom Moore with Mr. Donaldson got together, had a handshake. Yeah, you cut across my property to tie into the force main at Morris Moore back in the day. We don't
Are you
know
talking about in that ditch?
in that ditch.
If it's in that ditch, at one time, the highway department,
We're talking about.
if it was in that ditch, the highway department took care of it. It was in that ditch.
Well, I don't think that's gonna happen now, so. Drew wants us to pay for it. You see, it's because it's tied into the city main, that line is. So we don't know how the line got there. Russell's been here almost 30 years. He's never known anything about the line until it popped up.
Well,
I think what they did up there from Lindsay, come straight across Lindsay, there's a manhole there somewhere. I think they made a tap in that manhole, and then whoever back in the day run that force main through Morris property and across that ditch. They'd expanded the ditch. Well, over the years, all that rushing water had broke that force main.
Force main is a PVC
It's
pipe.
going through the sewer, going through the wood, and coming to the sewer plant, right?
No, this is going between the two dealerships.
It just plugged up that manhole.
Across,
I don't know, where is it ending up at?
And the manhole with Morris
in front of the oil change place.
Used to be. What we'll be doing is, if we see y'all approve the bill for us, we will bury it down deep. So the water won't be rushing across it anymore.
What happened is the ditch eroded over time and the steel casing would come out in the air and it broke the PVC off, fell in the ditch.
T. Johnson's gonna come in and bore underneath the ditch and come back up, tie it back in. So everything will be underground, it won't be exposed.
And how much?
What's the cost of that? What's the cost of that?
$6,000.
Okay, what y'all waiting on?
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know if you want EDC to pay it. It could be an EDC project.
That's come from water and sewers, is it?
Yeah, at one time, didn't they try to build some kind of little temporary bridge across right there or something?
I don't remember that.
That's been there for damn long.
They tried to build a bridge coming over from Donaldson to the Chevrolet side. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was almost right there at the same spot.
Right,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
Back to what you were saying, if the highway department came in there and fixed that ditch from time to time, it's been a long time since they have.
Yeah,
That
right.
muddy has eroded way up the hill. Where it makes that turn to go under.
So it's y'all.
What do you
I'll
recommend?
get back to Drew. I'll get back to Drew with this, so y'all did, or I'll go back to Drew, so yeah, we're gonna take care of it.
We don't have a
Yeah,
joke.
over
Put your dead set on being in favor
Water
of
sewer
this
reserve for
thing, right?
contingencies.
I didn't say that.
I'm not against it, I just wanna know what's your premise.
Well, for $6,000 bill to fix the
The
solution.
real deal is that nobody really knew how it came about getting it.
Right.
One of them good old boy LP deals.
Exactly. But we don't have no proof of it,
Right.
but then it goes across that text dot ditch, I guess. I'm talking about
Right.
ditch and text dot. Then it ends up on what we call what I'm gonna call Morris Morgan's place. And it broke going across the ditch. So if the ditch hadn't eroded, it would have just been there, we would have never known no different. But the pump that pumps it, that makes it a force main belongs to Donaldson. And it's not a city force main. There's two of them. And they paid for us to trace that out and figure all that out. But then when you get to that ditch, you go, now what are we gonna do? And that's when Roger comes involved. Cause he's going, and Drew's saying that the city connected it way back when. I don't know.
They did, I think.
It could be a handshake back then, it could be anything back then.
They did all kinds of stuff.
But they're in the city limits, they've been hooked to the city sewer all these years, and here we are.
I don't see nothing but a fixable problem and move forward.
Yeah, it's not that much money, I think it's the best thing to do, especially putting it under, and I think that's as good as you're gonna get to make it a permanent fix.
Yeah.
Be under the ditch.
Be under that ditch, because they're gonna cross that ditch, it's something else.
Yeah, it is.
So we make a motion to pass it.
It was got a motion.
You said general funds, Jen?
No, water and
You
sewer.
going to it?
I say,
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Is there any other, okay, the motion carried. Looks like,
Who made the motion?
Tina.
Tina, who seconded it?
I did.
Okay.
item 13, discussion of possible action on utilizing funds from special water and sewer improvement fund in the amount of $3,180 to Wassinger Incorporated for tension bearing on Avenue I well motor shaft. Roger, do you want to talk about that, or Russell, or who?
Yeah, when they come out, when we had a problem with the motor burned up, and they brought out the new motor set, they found out that the bearing was wore in that spot, so they had to machine that new part to put it back onto the new motor, because you just put the new motor on it, there was so much slack in it, you shaft with the water. So they just machined a new part and put it on it.
Motion to be.
What they did.
Had to have it.
Yeah.
Kurt has a motion that we
I second it.
Paul seconded it. Any discussion on it? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Item 14, Discussion and possible action on utilizing funds from the Special Water and Sewer Improvement Fund in the amount of $7,160.62 to TRES Machine Inc. for fine screen repair on the north plant. Public Works Director.
That was, the fine screen from North Plant is gonna take all your solids out, keep it from getting into the racetrack. And the, drum on the end, it has these stainless steel spokes that's welded, they had broke. It's, I guess, age through the years, and they broke, and, TRS, they've redone it for us, remachined it and everything, new bearings.
So the work been done, all right?
Yes, yes, it's been done.
We just gotta pay for it.
Yeah, everything's been done, he did a good job on it, looks good.
See you in another 20 years, huh?
Okay.
Second.
Well, we got a motion from Paul, a second from Kurt. Any discussion on this?
It was 10.
Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay. Any discussion, item 10, discussion about items not on the agenda, specifically limited to proposals that are subject to be placed on the agenda for a subsequent meeting.
I would request that we get our,
Fire marshal.
well, the fire marshal, but I'm on the sewer plant conversation. Get our folks from LJA to come up here and give us an update on, you know, getting our more now is them to give us their budget up, have ability to have money to pay a note. We need to start fine tuning on getting that process started and understand what that money we're gonna need to make that note is.
Okay.
So maybe
You want a workshop?
whatever y'all think, I'm just saying, we just need to keep us all up to date on what we're
It'll
doing.
be the conversation probably being a council meeting.
Hey, I don't think this workshop's necessary. If you all kind of know what's going on, just want to update.
And maybe, Roger, we break it down in manageable pieces, maybe we tack that screen thing at the north plant first. What do you think, Russell? I mean, we don't have to make it all a big, you know, and then maybe they continue that south plant design and budgeting conversation in January meeting, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe we can get something started on that clarifier screen we've been talking about.
Digester and North Plant?
Yeah, digester.
Digester.
I mean, cause that's a smaller, we've already approved the money right then.
Yeah, you approved phase 1 and 3, and I think the digester was in 3.
So are they in motion on that even? I may be behind you on that. They may already moved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we hadn't discussed anything on it, we need to make a move on it because, you know.
I say we
That's where they were gonna digest, wasn't it?
Correct.
That's where TCEQ got.
Yeah.
So why don't we focus on that digester first, and then maybe we can go update on the south plant in January if you want to, right?
I'll get with him tomorrow.
Any other items for the? All right. Is there any need for an executive session, Mr. Solomon?
Nope.
Okay. Then I'd entertain a motion that we adjourn.
Okay. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a meeting.
Probably said they're gonna do it.
He introduced himself to me.
We're gonna have a meeting.
Hello, man. Oh, goodbye, man. I'm heading.
You ain't, if tree.
President Danny Renault,
Here.
Board Member Thomas Tyler,
Yeah.
Board Member Kurt Wood, and Vice President William Bass.
Here.
Okay, we don't need the pledge and the invocation again. So do we have any visitors here that want to address the EDC meeting? All right. 2025 meeting.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
For the month of October 2025.
Any changes?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the financials for the month of October 2025.
I second.
Any discussion? Item 6, Director's Report. Update on contracts and arguments, or whatever you'd like to tell us.
Everybody's current.
All right.
Hey, speaking of that, Sweet Cheek, did you pay us up
Yeah,
in full?
yeah, 100%.
Yes, both of them
They
did.
rescinded it.
I think I addressed that in the last meeting. You might have been a few minutes late or something.
I apologize, I wasn't
Um,
present, so
Okay, was that?
oh,
somewhat of a surprise.
It kills all of us.
Night and Day and Sweet Cheeks both paid us totally off. And then everybody else is always clockwork.
Okay. Item 7, for the people that weren't here,
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell y'all that too. Thanks to Solomon. I did say that in the last meeting.
For what?
He sued him.
He said.
For going after them and,
Well, I'm taking
you know, making them pay us.
Took me so long.
Because they were ignoring us.
The whole process.
No, they were- Hey, yeah, we keep wanting to know, they wait till you got their money. They just sell the house when they did that.
Well, but he had just sent them, and
Super-
just went through that
super-
process, because at first we were waiting.
They may have dropped the price.
items to be considered, discussion and possible action on setting a new date and time for SEDC meeting. Okay.
I would, I'm sorry, go ahead. Thought you were done.
What?
He thought you were done, I did too.
I thought you
I
were
thought
done.
you
I
was done,
apologize,
Reed.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, I thought he was done too.
Yeah.
Now he thinks he's done.
I'm gonna propose that we do
There's not usually
a lot, right?
a whole lot on it. So I mean, I don't,
And we've all gone through 2 hours or an hour and a half for council meeting. And to me, economic development in our city is just as important as a council meeting. And I feel like a lot of times we speed through it because we're all kind of worn out and tired. Might get the due diligence that's there.
And the other thing we were
I
gonna
say we
try,
put a coffee pot in here.
the other thing they were gonna try to do is if they need a special call city council meeting, they'll put it on the same night. And is that work all right if it's the first one? Is that fine?
Yeah, they used to be either the first Monday or the first Tuesday of every month, but y'all can have it whatever day y'all want.
It does, it's fine with me.
That's council's
Let's
decision.
keep Mondays. First,
Monday? Okay, first Monday of the month?
first
Okay.
Monday of the month.
So you made a motion for
I
that?
make
Chris?
that a motion. Motion, not emotion.
You're the second one then? You're the second, William?
I guess.
Oh, okay, Bass is the second. Okay.
That's for volleyball season.
All
Hey,
right.
you still wait, oh, you still got games going on?
Now we understand it.
No, but next season, whenever it comes around, they're gonna be on Monday nights.
Well, we can change that.
We
Well,
don't have to do Monday night.
You can do it Tuesday.
Until then.
Let them
No,
know.
we don't have to do
Well,
Monday
keep on
night. I
reminding-
just throw it out there.
Okay.
I just hate all the back and forth at the same time, but I'm gonna.
Well, Tuesday,
do it.
well,
Well, you should,
No,
you
see,
should have thought about that before you came today.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't on the board, I looked for in.
What about Tuesday work better for you?
Well,
Tuesday work better?
well, Tuesday, she's cheering it.
Paul, you said volleyball?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
And this bass.
setting the EDC meetings for the first Monday of the month? Say aye.
Ah,
All right. Then what time? 6?
yeah.
Same time as this one.
at 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
Any those opposed?
I'm gonna say nay. I'm leaving on one Monday, that way, if I call, I only miss one game.
I told everybody you said you retired today, so the time don't matter to you.
You do retire?
Yeah.
What? Congratulations.
Hey.
Did I hear you say you voted nay?
Went to Social Security.
I'm service now.
Oh, no.
I
said the brother.
Okay,
You gotta watch when you retire on what you use for income.
item 8, discussion about items not on the agenda specifically limited to proposals that are subject to be placed on the agenda for a subsequent meeting.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything at this time.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Make a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
okay, we got a motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.